Hello, my fellow mathematicians. Today we are going to be looking at a short division method, which is commonly known as the bus stop method. So our first calculation is 363 divided by 3. Now the reason this is called the bus stop method is because it looks like you draw a bus stop like this and your numbers are queuing up underneath your bus stop. So we've got 363 and then we write the number we're dividing by at the side. Now I've purposefully started with a nice easy one, and what we're basically doing each time is we're dividing 300 by 3 and then 60 by 3 and then 3 by 3. So this is a nice easy one. So let's start with our first number. So we're going to look at how many 3's are in 300, and to make it easier for myself I'm just going to think about this as 3. So how many groups of 3 can I make out of 3? Well, obviously I can get one group. Then I move to my next number. So how many 3's are in 6, or what is 6 divided by 3? The answer is 2. And then look at my last digit, how many 3's are in 3? And we know that that is 1 again. And so 363 divided by 3 is 121. Let's have a look at another example. So this time we have 542, and this time we're dividing by 4. So again, I'm going to draw my bus stop and put my number under here, 542, and the number that we're dividing it by here. So let's look at my first digit. How many groups of 4 can I make from 5? Well, I know I can make one group of 4, and I'll have one left over. Now my one left over needs to go here. We're now looking at 14. So how many 4's are in 14? The answer is 3. 3 times 4 is 12, and that would leave me with 2 left over, which goes here. 4's into 22. Well, I know that 5 4's are 20, which leaves me with remainder 2. Let's have a slower look at those remainders. So again, I'm going to draw my bus stop. 424 divided by 3. So we're going to go to each number in turn. So first of all, let's look at the 4. How many groups of 3 can I make from 4? I can make one group of 3. 1 times 3 is 3, and that will leave me with 1 left over. So this isn't 2 anymore, this is 12. How many 3's are in 12? Well, I know that 4 times 3 is 12. How many groups of 3 are in 4? That would be 1. 1 times 3 is 3, and that would leave me with remainder 1. It's really, really important that you write your remainders nice and clearly so you can keep track of what you're doing each time. I've already written my number sentence out this time. I've got 132 divided by 3. Now this is a really common mistake, so make sure you're watching. Can you see my first digit this time is smaller than the number that I'm dividing by? So 1 is smaller than 3. You need to think really carefully about these ones, because how many groups of 3 can I make out of 1? Well, if I draw 1, how many groups of 3 can I make? The answer is none, or 0. You don't have to do this. I like to put a 0 up here so I can remember what I'm doing. It's just there as a space holder. So if I can get 0 groups, how many of that 1 have I got left? The answer is 1, and so my remainder goes over here. How many 3's are in 13? The answer is 4. 4 times 3 is 12, and that leaves me with 1 left over. How many 3's are in 12? The answer is 44. Let's have another look at that. So 563 divided by 6. 563 and 6. Now look, my first digit again is smaller than the number I'm dividing by, so I know I need to think carefully. If I've got 5 blobs down here, just draw it so you can help me remember, how many groups of 6 can I make? The answer is none. No groups of 6, but that means I've got 5 left over. How many, and then we carry on as normal, so how many 6's are in 56? Well, I know that 9 times 6 is 54, which will leave me with 2 left over. And then how many 6's are in 23? 3 6s are 18, which leaves me with remainder 5. As always, it takes a bit of practice, but you'll get there in the end. Make sure that you think about what you're doing, and in the next video we'll have a look at about changing those remainders into decimals.